Alrighty. We up, we with it, we back doing some trading. All right. So let's just do our general scans. Let's look at Bitcoin. Wow. Let's go ahead and remove the markets from the chart. So let's do a top down. So we're going to go ahead and look left. It looks like we have push up. Oh, let me go ahead and turn off the magnet. Push up, down, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Oof. I mean, technically, you see this right here. That's the lower low. Boom, 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 bam. Now, if I'm a betting man, unless we see it break above here, I wouldn't say we're bullish. I'd say we'd wait to see here. So let's go ahead and let's zoom in here. Looks like here, right? So let's go to a higher time frame. If we look at the 4-hour, we see that we had this large push down, right there. Large push down. And we never came back up here, right? But we did come halfway back. So we had to push up, push down, push up, push down. It looks like we're back in this area now. So what we're going to do is we could potentially see, I mean, this is the thing about structure, right? We could say push down, pushed up a little bit, push down, right? To break a structure. So then we say we have this block, but we never came back up. Well, yeah, we did actually. So if we go up here, we eventually broke back above. So then we could technically say that we have one block there. All right. And we could look at this as, okay, well, we have an unmitigated zone right here. Last down move for the up move. Let's see. Just barely. So we could potentially see a trade off of here. This is a 4-hour zone right there. Break, break, break. Right. So what we'd want to see is we'd want to see it come into here. We want to see it. We had a drastic drop off. So if we're looking here, we're going to go down to a lower time frame. We saw breakdown. So maybe we want to see it break one more time and then break above and then come back and then catch this on the upside. So that's what I will be looking for overall. Something like from here, probably see something like that. And then we probably want to see it run at least these highs here. But I would ultimately want to see it run all the way up here if I'm going to take this trade, which you can see here. That's a 19 risk reward ratio, so that would be a decent trade if it came. So let's go down. Let's see if we can see something on the lower time frames. Let's go here. I don't know. I would just be putting an alert here. I would put an alert there and wait for it to break. Let's do this real quick. All right. Let's just keep that there. That's cool. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and put an alert. And we're going to say this is a break of structure. Say potential Wyckoff. right? Because we have lows, liquidating lows, right? Liquidating lows, which would be our spring or STNB, and spring in space B, right? And then break above, so see a break back above there, or if we see a break above here, right, we see a situation where it comes up. Nah, I want to see it push deeper first. I wouldn't look for a trade off of that. But we can go down lower and see what's going on. See if we can do some super scalping. Break. Right, we say no, break above. Right, we broke below. So maybe if we wanted to do some super scalping, we could be like, all right, cool. Well, we see here broke below, right? And we saw it came back in for retest, so we could probably take a double NB, a sell, with the expectation that we're going to go ahead and break down here. But I mean, there's not very much meat on that bone, and I don't eat meat either. So let's see here. Let's go down to the 1 minute and see what else we got. Let's see here. Broke here. Right, where did this low come from? Somewhere up in here, but it broke above all of this. So we could say we're potentially bullish short term on a very, very low time frame. So here's what I'm looking at right here. Right, up, down, break above, right there, and then potentially seeing it run here. This is if we're super scalping, right? And I think the highest I would want to see it goes here, and really there's nothing in that on that bone. So I think we would just say, hey, it stands here. We just want to go ahead and be patient, all right, and not just get in every single trade. So let's erase those, and let's stick with our original idea. We want to see it come and break below here. So that's going to be it for Bitcoin. Let's see what we got on the euro dollar. What do we got on the euro dollar? I mean, we just have, it's just been down. Wow, it's 98 cents on a dollar. That is fascinating, right? Break. Oof. So what do we got here? We got right here, MB1. Looks like it broke below. Broke. I'd say this would be MB2 for me. But, I mean, let's go to the daily and see what we got. Look at that. It's just been, whew, it's been getting hammered. I mean, we know what's happening in Europe, right? And we could say that's a sentiment, but I like technicals just in general, so let's just keep it technical. Yeah, broke here. Where'd it come from? Up here. So maybe we have a last little relief rally and then just go ahead and place another short. That's what I would want to see if I was to see anything. You see this breaking again. Man, there's just no support that I think I could see. Let's go to the weekly. See, look left. Yeah, I mean, if we could say boom, higher high, come back down here before going higher. I mean, it's not unimaginable. But when you look here, I mean, what was holding this up? We probably could say maybe we're coming all the way down here. But let's say maybe this is the last point. Right? So then we have some intermediate price action in here. Right? Boom, 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 boom. That's just a bunch of gobbledygook, right? So we saw it push down from here. Push up. Yeah. I mean, maybe we could say something like this, but we just don't have a break. We don't have a break until here, really. Right? So we could say, boom, we got this MB1, right? Break above, right? That could have been MB2 on a weekly time frame all the way up here. And it looks like if I was gonna say for the man zone, mitigated. What can we say here, y'all? It came down. You see, it pushes down, but it pushes back up, and it comes to mitigate the open though. So technically, we could say that was mitigated. So there's not really any good zones, in my opinion, around here. I mean, maybe let's go to a 5-day. What do we got? Let's see if we can see any zones. Oh, that's probably the same. So let's maybe a 3. Let's do this. Oof. Maybe we could say last down move and want to see it run to here on a 3-day. Let's go ahead and make this all the way over. Oh, it won't let me. But that's cool because we out here. We out here our mind. Yeah, so maybe we see it come down in there somewhere. And we could say, yeah, let's go ahead and clean this up a bit. So yeah, that would be my idea at least as far as the eye can see. So we're looking for shorts here. So break on the hour or the 30-minute. We probably want to see it come up here, mitigate this supply, mitigate the supply before going lower. And if we went ahead and check this out, let's see how much meat we got on that bone or shiitake we got on the mushroom. Look at that. That is a large area. That's still a long way to come down. Look at that. 1 to 65. That would be dope. All right, let's check it out. Boom. And we have it coming down into here. Let's go on lower time frame, see if we can see any trades to take it up. Break up, break down. Looks like we're breaking down. But I mean, technically on a lower time frame, from a lower time frame fractal perspective, with the higher time frame in mind, obviously what we want to go ahead and say is boom, maybe we have this zone here, but it looks like it's been holding. Let's go down to the 1 minute and see what we got. We got this down here. We got this breakdown. Man, I mean, I'd want to see it go break here, right? So I want to see it do something like this and then go higher if I was taking that scalp trade. So I'm going to go ahead and just put an alert here for a break of structure. And what am I doing? Why am I putting these alerts here, y'all? Well, I'm putting these alerts because I have a Discord bot that is going to track this data for me. So when this is hit, what'll happen is it'll go ahead and send this screenshot in my notes to my Discord channel so that I can go ahead and review it at the end of the week and see what type of analysis makes sense and what doesn't, right? Because right now I'm pretty much in the thick of it. So let's go ahead and jump over to the NASDAQ, see what's going on here. Let's go to the 1 hour. Looks like we already have something we're waiting for. But as you can see, when we were originally waiting for it, we saw this breakdown. Came up. What do you see? Saw a break right here, right? Cool. So we saw that break of structure. We saw that come to here. So really, we want to see it come back up in here before going short. Why do we want to say? Why were we saying we're going short? Oh man, look at that. I mean, this is the NASDAQ. No one likes betting against the America, but I mean, you could see this here, right? We saw this. So we do have a breaker structure to the upside. So we could be in this area around here. Let's go to the 1 day, see what we got going on. Boom. It could be over here somewhere. Yeah. I mean, I'd say this could make sense, right? Because we have this break up here. We have these zones in here, mitigated, but then we have a zone maybe like MB 2.0, so, or excuse me, a S&D 2.0. So what we want to see is it come into here. So let's go ahead and just put an alert here. I like this because we're coming to daily area. Let's say this is our demand zone. We'll look for trades in here. That's fine. In the meantime, in between time, we saw this break. Okay, break. Where'd it come from? It came from somewhere up in here. So I would say we are invalidating this. We're going to go with this current idea. So let's go with this current idea. So we saw this break down here. Where did this break come from? It came from somewhere up in here. So if we can go ahead and look, we got this, but it drops off, but it comes back in and it mitigates. So let's go down, drop down to 30 minutes, see what we got going on here. All right, this large break, large move down. You could say that. We have this last, but we still have all this choppy price action we got here. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just not liking it. It's just the moves are very drastic for me. But then again, this is the NASDAQ, so you know how the NASDAQ go. Well, some people trade the NASDAQ really well, so I can't really say that. So boom, maybe we're going on the 5 minute, we have some idea like we dropped down, came up, down, bam, boom, finally broke, right? Broke all of this structure, came up, broke it again, right? Broke it one more time. Then we came down here, right? This area here, broke, right? Came down and then fell off. Came back up, fell off. So I'd have to say, if I was a betting man, that and came break, right? We want to see this broken, then we came and broke it here. So where did that come from? Up here. This looks like a good bias. If I'm bearish until that zone below. So let's go ahead and put a supply zone here. Let's do that. All right, we got a supply, so we're just gonna go ahead and be patient and wait. Great. All right, we got a supply zone see what happens first. But I mean, if we're super scalping, oh, I like super scalping, by the way. So break down, ooh, starting to break up, break up. I mean, boom, bam. Let's draw this out so it's clear on the playback. Where is this? It breaks here. Where'd it come from? In here. So we could say a quick scalp here. We're in the zone. All right, if we go down to the minute, ooh, we had a huge drop off. So I mean, maybe if we're really trying to scalp here, we'd want to see it. We either want to see it break above here or break below here. If it broke below here and then it had something happen, like maybe it came down and it probably come down slowly, and then maybe something like this, I probably look for a trade there if we saw something like that. So let's put an alert here. Let's say, and this is with the bias, right? We're still short, but this would be a quick scalp to go potentially higher. So let's just put that there and see what happens. And then we can come back and review it later. All right, we got UJ. And I mean, rocket ship. Which, this is just a huge inflation, right? The price of the yen to the dollar, right? The dollar probably. So we go to DXY. Let's go there. You see the dollar is just going up, right? It can't be stopped. You cannot stop the dollar. It never wanes. Let's check out gold, 1702. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go to a 3-day. Let's go to the 1 week actually. Look at gold. Gold's been on the uptick, but I mean, we've been in this area and it just looks like, man, maybe it's just me, but a lot of stuff just doesn't look very good. All right, let's check it out here. Boom. This is a large weekly zone. Let's go to the 3-day. Boom. All right. What are we looking at? We're looking at a push down. But I mean, we never really came above that point. We got these equal highs here, but still, I want to see it run these lows here. You see all these lows? It's been saying like maybe it's holding this area right here. I want to see it run these lows first. I want to see it go something like this if it wants to go higher, right? So let's go ahead and go down here with the bias that we're short. So we broke. Oh man, yeah. So we're starting to break above, but I would still say I probably look for something like this. Let's go ahead and put an alert here for supply. Boom. With the idea that these markets are fractal, right? Because now we're starting to see okay, well, it broke above, Brandon. So what now? So we could say MB1 and possibly MB2 to come higher, but as you can see, that's nothing. That's a 1-to-1. We don't take those. So, I mean, if we were to see this, if we wanted to take a trade off of this, like a crackhead scalp, we could say something like this maybe. If it came down into here, right? If we're trading this range, let's go and say demand. And we'll go lower, lower, lower. Coming down, right? Because this is what I'm looking at here, right? I'm looking at this last down move before a large up move up. So maybe down, even down in here further. It's all about the patience too. So as you can see, right, we have this push up, then we have this break, right? Comes down, breaks down here. So where did this come from? Somewhere up in here. So maybe we're looking at something like crackhead play. But I don't really see anything that looks nice here, right? If I was going to do it like that, maybe. If I'm looking at super intermediate price structure or candlestick structure. I mean, we could do extreme and go down to the 15-second and see what's going on here. Boom, break down. I mean, we have some movement here, right? Because you can see price came here, came back up, equal highs. It came back into here, and you can see this is a nice little area right here, right? Dip, and then before it took off. So you could say this, and then maybe take a double NB entry to go higher. But how high are we willing to go? That's the real question, right? Because if we came down like this, and then we finally saw a break of structure, so we came down like this, and then we finally saw a break of structure here, right? So then we'd want to see this break first, break. So maybe we say we're coming up to here, somewhere in here, right? Break down. But that's a big maybe. That would be the aim. But then you see all this liquidity here too, and that would be a pretty good zone to hit if I was going to trade this. So maybe you think like, okay, well, double NB entry. We hit a buy stop right here, price below. We had this push, we had a push up. Yeah, I'd probably have price or my stop right there. But as you can see, still it's only best case 1 to 2. I don't know, I'm not really feeling that. You feel me? So we'll just stick with the original bias. So we want to see it come down to here first. Let's see if we get to a zone, right? Because we want to go structure, supply and demand, and then confirmation. So we want to see it confirm in here, right? Structure's telling us, okay, well, we have one breakup. Now we have some supply and demand on a lower time frame. So we want to see it come into that demand zone, confirm for us to go long, right? With the expectation that we're trading in the range to ultimately go lower, right? To this higher time frame zone and run this liquidity here. All right, great. Well, that's it for this morning. Looks like this is a 28-minute long outlook. That's great. All right. Well, anyways, hope you learned something. Hope this was coherent, and y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.